Alright, we're streaming, we're going live. This one is just a musician. The funny thing is, like I said, it's not just like the one that Travis gave me. But when I went to college, they had almost the exact same thing, and they asked me to try it out to see if it was any good. They paid like $60 for it, so I wasn't expecting very much. And I like it. And this is a felt pick in case you're playing like a classical style that we can strum without like snapping in strings. Like I used to play with regular pick. Very bright. I'm not saying you can't do that, but you run the risk of snapping a string. I've only actually broken this strings once, and I've got another set to change them if I break them again, but I really like this guitar. I like the sound. You can always use, well, this is what I learned in classical. You want to root your pinky on the bridge. I always root like over on more on the sound hole. No, these are free there. Just one chord. It was all on E. That's an E chord. That's an E chord. They're all just variations of E chords. That's just to show that you can make a song one chord. So yeah, I was watching a thing though today. There was a guy who's playing piano, and at first he did like all these different pianos in different price ranges, from going from like $40 to I think he went $239,000 on one of these ones. It was incredible. There was one that was like $17,000, and they had like a whole lot of foot noise. But I think the best one to me was the Yamaha C7. I mean, it was completely quiet. It was a brand new one, so there's no like vintage to it, you know. But it just sounded perfect and clean. There was no pedal noise. You couldn't hear like the of the stepping on the pedals. One was like a couple. I mean, it was like way too expensive to be making that much noise on it. It was like I mean, there's one thing between the pedal. I mean, the thing engaging the strings. There's another for the pedal to be squirt, squirt, squirt. No, not at the price range that they're asking, man. They're asking way too much for a squeaky pedal. That's a new craze. It sounds so real. You know it's live because you can hear the squawk, squeaking, squawk, 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 squeaky, squawk, squawk, squeak. Is that what we're doing today? Huh? You guys won't tell me what the fuck we're doing today, so I have to make up shit like, you know, shaving gophers just to see what's down there. Is it just hair and eyes? You don't know. You've never shaved one. Let's find out together. How do you write songs? The way I did it was I was listening to like the Ramones in order to find the chord, because they usually did. So what I would do is I'd find what key they're in. I'd listen to them. No. That one. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, you know what I mean, that's why I just listened along with that, with, you know, with the, that wasn't an actual thing, I don't think. It might be, I don't know. Then I would go. I don't know. I get bored with riffs, and so I start doing other shit. But yeah, so if you're working on something, like if you can hear like a melody, if you can just hear like catch, like you can hear the chords and stuff, try and you gotta decide what you're gonna let the bass do. The bass can be guitar. The fret markers is a little bit harder to do, but that's kind of like, you know, it's a challenge, isn't it, to figure out. I mean, because it only has one on the 12th. There's a mark here and a mark here, but as you can see, there's only on the 12th fret, and there's nothing here on that aside from where. So this one was really cool because like right here is pretty well like it's It's not rough, but it's a callus pad like my fingertips are, because this one has like the edges were never filed down smooth. They feel a lot smoother now, but that just could be because they wore out my skin wore it out. You could see like little cut marks where this thing was just cutting. It was causing like a little slight like little paper cuts. I always like had it's like, man, this is my guitar now. We have a fucking deal in blood. Anyone else who wants to play it has to fucking bleed. They'll probably be like, fuck, how'd you do it? I'm like, welcome to the fucking. But you just go around. Oh yeah, we got paid to do that. You're kidding, right? Feel this. Dear God, it's like your fingertip. Yeah. Just this little part right there. Or just like handshake with the fucking devil. Chaka, 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 chaka. You should, like I said, there's just like crisscrossing just these fucking little paper cuts. So when they healed up, it just was very rough. It was like, but it wasn't, yeah. Anyway. Sean, what if acoustic isn't my thing and I want to rock? First off, this is not Let's Rock. We're getting there. As long as you're watching these beginner videos, you're not ready. I'm trying to get you ready. That's what this whole thing is for. You gotta slow down. But I get it. You want to rock. And so, like, how do we get there? Electric guitar might be your thing, man. First off, the necks tend to be thinner. They tend to be a bit heavier than acoustics, but you got a lot more choices of like what you want, because acoustics tend to come in double lows, what they call this often, like 2 O's. I'm not sure if that's actually a double O, but like if they're 2 equal ones, it's like double O. As you can see, yeah, same basic kind of shape, and same as Alley's, same basic shape. The only one that's different is old Cletus. Come on now, come on Cletus. My Equinox. Now here's a electric. Look how thin that body is. Hello. Oh, you still smell good. I thought for sure that's gonna end by now. When I fucking bought it, I did a review of it, and I was like, it's not like. It felt ridiculous saying. I was like, you're never gonna buy a guitar and say I bought a guitar the other day and it smells fantastic. This one just does. It smells fucking great. And as there's the strings that blow through the hole, it causes force to go down there and the air hole push out. It's just a very like pleasant woodsy smell, man. Like someone like a burnt like cedar wood or some kind of shit. Not burnt, but like cedar wood. He's like. Oh, that's it's picking up in the mic, Sean. I know, but fuck. Oh yeah, that's good shit. Well, fuck, why not? Why can't it be in the song? Oh, bragging. I'm talking about the fucking smell of the wood. Yeah, I don't have to explain that all the time. Let's go ahead and take it from the top. Can I just smell it for a few minutes? Okay, good. Oh, fuck, that's nice. Did you guys just build this just for me? You did? Holy shit. And it's got all the stuff I asked for. That's crazy. I'm touched. I'm moved. It's got both the mic input and the inch jack, quarter-inch jack, and then you got the mic input and the battery Alright, and then you got, that didn't happen. Got built-in tuner. Oh yeah. It's got built-in electronics like how trebly, how bass, whatever. How much presence you need. Now that I know how to set it correctly, I should probably go back and reset it sometime. I gotta go. God damn, boy, do you want to break our shit or what? Sorry. As Uncle Sean comes through, he always gets mad when I do stupid things like that. So yeah, it's when you learn your intervals, and that way you can figure out like how you want the song to go. You can get a rough idea of like kind of like between like does it sound like a or does it sound like a dun 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 or dun 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 dun. You know, once you start learning the intervals, when you find that root note. You know when it goes down, you know when it goes up, and so you just kind of find the bass line then. You may find it changing. Bjork said it best that it's the mistakes are where the magic actually happens in music. When you make a mistake, because it's not going the way you planned it. There was one I was working on earlier today. It was like what was it? Yeah. Should be more good. I don't know. But then when I got down to that part, I was like, because was on that one, and I couldn't find the root, and I went, ooh, I like that. Again, the second or third time through, and then Bergen's like. I mean, that's where the beauty comes in, is the mistakes. It's not a mistake if you can do it more than once. Kind of stuff. Just fuck around and have fun. If you know you want to start like, something I would suggest, unless it's a very good chord progression, try not to run the chord progression through the whole song. I mean, there are songs that do it, but I mean, either the chord progression is very keen, I guess it's for lack of better terms, and it's like, you know, between like 2 and 4 chords, and just the way that they're structured together sounds incredible. And the thing is that, like with No Woman, No Cry. So woman, no cry. Woman, no. The whole song. That's fucking catchy as shit. If it wasn't popularized by Bob, anybody who picked those chords in that kind of structure would have a fucking hit, as long as the lyrics were somewhat decent. Just would. And those kind of things are kind of undeniable, you know what I mean? And you'll feel it, it'll lock in. Like, oh shit, yeah. Now, I don't know what to do with these chords, but I know these in this order feels really good. Where does it go from there? I don't know. Well, if you can't figure out where to go, there's always, like, if you go just E, A, G, A sharp, then was A, said there, you can usually find either a chord book or even online nowadays. I would prefer to have a chord book, because that way you have it on hand. You know what I mean? You don't have to look up anything if the power goes out, especially like on acoustic or electric, whatever. You can just go ahead and strum, you know what I mean, and learn and kill time. You can just learn like several ways to get an E7. That's not a seventh, but I mean, you can learn all that stuff. But that way you can kind of travel between. You don't have to memorize all of them, but at least if your song has like an E. Like I said, later on when you go to E, go to, see the difference? It sounds like it's a different chord. Or it sounds higher. Sounds like it's moving. It's not, it's like, see? Didn't move anywhere. The best way to do it is, especially like if you study anything about like minimalism, you learn that like you can have like music that's just going like, you know, the simplicity, the overplaying of that makes those stand out really bad. So then it's kind of like again, it sounds like it's moving even though it's not. You could do it with just one. said, the more jagged, the more unexpected. But it sounds like I said, like you're, whatever. You're adding a lot more than you are, just minimalizing it. And by doing that, also, if you're not the fastest player, B.B. King is like the master of saying, if you can't play fast, play the right notes at the right time. It's the same thing. Yeah. If you're gonna start doing that kind of shit, you should probably. I mean, you can work it out the more you play on an acoustic, the way stronger your fingers are gonna be. I don't know if you noticed how I tend to play power chords with my pinky. That was a conscious decision. Once I felt like these fingers were strong enough, I started trying to insert the pinky because it was. Shut up, you dirty-minded people! Fuck you. That was on you. I heard the giggles, and that's what made me stop. So stop. Perverts. Jesus, can't teach you nothing. Alright, so I tried to use my pinky more often than usual in the guitar sense of playing the guitar, because I was not using a finger God damn it, stop it! So a finger that I could have been using. Better just show you than to talk about it, eh? I was going. Because I was going. And it's like, fuck that, I can just. I can do just as fast. Okay, that's a little less rock stuff. We're not going to do that right now. Alright, so before you can rock, you gotta run down to your music store and get a guitar. What kind you choose? That's up to you. What are you trying to achieve? They've all got a basic kind of where you're starting as a basic. That's what we're doing here. We're starting the basics. What are you trying to achieve? Huh? Chief? What are you trying to achieve, Chief? What are you trying to do? Covers? Cool. Well, one thing that you can think about is that how much to spend, because if you are doing covers, then what's the point in doing like a really big expensive? It won't sound just like Slash, right? But I mean, in this day and age, you can run your gear through a PA, so you might as well get like a modeler or like a synth system like Amplitude. Not Amplitude. Amplitude has a free edition. It's got some like Marshall amps and stuff, but they actually have packs that sound like Slash's gear. They model Slash's gear along with several other people. But I was gonna say go to Audio Assault and get Amp Locker. That's a free one, and it's got some really great amps in there. Amps are very cheap, and so their speaker cabinets are cheap. So they're always on sale. They're probably gonna have a Cinco de Mayo. What day is it? They'll probably have a Cinco de Mayo sale. They almost always do. They're a Hispanic, Mexican-based company. The jazz ensemble teacher told me if you're ever out the wrong note during a solo, go up half a step, and you'll be there, or down half a step. So it's really cool for a guitar player, because if I go like, it sounds like I almost did it on purpose. When you're on another instrument that's just more like, you just have to go out and roll through it. Which one was the wrong notes? Exactly. Like I said the other day, if your guitar is in tune with itself, what notes are wrong? That's an E, that's an A, that's a D, that's a G, that's a B, that's an E. If you're intonated correctly, then therefore, so for anything to be out of tune, you'd have to go not far enough to go. See, that's a little bit higher. Like a semitone, so that's tied up to the out of tune. If you're playing something out of tune, you'd go. Start a new genre and shit, D-tune. So you don't have to plug it up to rock. You can plug. You're not ready for. All right, let's just give you a little bit of what you came here for. My amp is down there, so. I wonder if I could run me through 1 and 2. No, not you. Check 1. 1. 1, 2. Yeah, that one's going through. Okay, if I can do that, then I can just cut me out of 3 and 4. And there we go. 3, down, 4. Have I been quiet this whole time? That's because, no, that's just 1 and 2. That's right, because it's not 3 and 4. It sounds like shit, though. Well, it's the cable. The other one was feeding back, so it's got to be something. I knocked my foot. I tapped my foot. I don't know if you can see the leg, and that's why the screen's fucking shaking. Anyway, so I guess nervous habit. Okay, that would work enough to actually get things spoken. Hey, check 1, check 2. It sounds better that way. Bring it down here, check 1, check 2. Oh, that's better, that's not bad. Volume's fine, so cool. And I'm out of 3 and 4, right? Yeah, okay, so now it's channel 6. Turn you on. Actually, I want to just put that back through there, but just don't have it. Oh, I guess if I went to main. Oh, I know what I could do. Sorry. Just talking to myself. Just exploring things together. a safe environment. Line things together as we go. You've got to mute mic 3 and 4, don't you? Yes, you do. It's tough to be, it's hard being pimp. It's just pimping ain't easy. You got all these little switches and levers to remember, and there we go. Over here and see if see, I was thinking also if it would help anything, duplicate, copy, and then duplicate. What? I want to paste a reference. Let's add as to the image source. This is free. Video capture device. Where's the video capture? Video capture, dude. Come on, man. Get your shit together. Okay. And then we need to do a display capture or window capture of I'll just delete it when it's done. Okay. Alright, so with an amp set up like this, with the headphones on one, first off, outside, what people would hear would be oh, okay, I'm clicking on the wrong screen. Doof nuts. Not even that. I mean, it would just be the strings. But inside here, you can hear. That's one thing I would say would be to practice on that. You know, once you get your power chord, which would be just like, again, one note, and then the next two notes are held down either by one finger like that if you can, or those two like that. So much music is done with the power chord. I can't remember the other one. See how it feels like it drops down? Just two notes. So yeah, I mean you can, yeah, if you get the You can just move up to another string. Like I said, just mess around. Make up your own stuff. Figure out where your voice, if you want to sing, figure out where your voice fits in with it. And then try to, instead of trying to sing like, like, oh, I want to sing like so-and-so. Well, don't we all? If we could just choose, when we all sing like the best person. But you have your own voice, so sing like you. And trust me, this is something I'm just coming to learning to. I'm at 48 years old, and I'm just now wrapping my head fully around it. Sure, you love your influences, but the more energy you spend trying to sound like them, the less energy you sound like you. So just spend your energy trying to sing with them, not against them or better than or whatever. Sing backup. Harmonize. And by doing that, try and find your way to slither around what they've already, you know where they're going, so try and find your way to match different notes. You know what I mean? And by doing that, you'll find notes that work, that are like odd. If they're pleasing to you, learn that relation, that weird. Whether they're the singers. And you're like, I wanna be your everything. I wanna be your everything. And believe you, I can see. Help out, man. It doesn't all have to be the fucking glory. It still helps out the sound of the song. And that's what it's all about. It's not really about this. It's not about you. It's about the song. And the sooner you can get to that, the sooner you'll get to some actually good music. Because it's like, there's a lot of music out there that's actually very, very talented. But the main part of it, you can see on their faces that they're trying to get you've been trying to get every little pick note right. They're not having fun. They're focusing, like, and you see on their faces. They're knocking their head, but they're not like a rock band, just like, oh fuck, I fucked up. I mean, you can see it, like, but the other guys are doing it right, so you see that. I mean, like I said, when those moves, and it's like, oh shit, together it sounds like it's intentional. I've never heard that before. Sounds like you meant to do it. That's why when you see musicians go look over each other, they like start laughing because someone did something that's different. They know how it goes. Audience has no idea that anything even happened. Like, that ain't how that goes. The drummer's everybody's like, whoa, where the fuck did he say go? Where the fuck did that come from? Lessons. You know what I mean? And we're like, oh shit, yeah. You had to hide that shit for the live show? Nice. Well done, man. Well done. Like I said, we'll laugh because we know how it actually goes. And it's like, what the fuck are you? What? When did you John Bonham the fuck? What? So, like I said, you're working on your melody of like what to do, that kind of stuff over top of. So you want to get like, a solid bass. And I mean, the way you can do it is to pick up the bass. They're the same instrument, E, A, D, G. on the bass. I can get one and prove it, you know what I mean? But it's just I could probably put up an octave pedal. Pitch. There we go. Pitch shifter. Okay. Shit, I keep trying to click on the wrong one. So small from over here. Detune. Max detune. $0.12. Come on. Okay, man. Does it have a preset? I kept pitch pretty well. But yeah, I think you could also go an octave over in there. Due for it now. It's kind of like the tightrope, isn't it? It's like to play a part that stands out, but you know, so that your personality shows, but doesn't drown the song. You know what I mean? You don't want to overplay. Right now I'm by myself, so especially playing like a bass style, I'm just showing like what you could do with a bass. That's, I mean, there's the 4 strings. They're just bigger and they're more spread out. So if you find like chords and stuff, don't seem to be really your thing, or power. I mean, even with that, you can still do power chords on bass. So yeah, there's other videos that'll tell you that, like, there's a right and wrong way. Whatever you play that makes you comfortable, that's the right way to do it. No, I mean, there's a proper way for you gotta arch your fingers, and you put your thumb. You want to keep your thumb like basically right here. I know all the techniques of how you're supposed to. I find that slows me down. I don't know. I'm stoned. These lessons are free. Why do I keep trying to point at that one? Because I usually have it over there. I usually have BFT over here. And so what's my hand doing up there? I don't know what this makes me laugh. Hang on, let's see if I can get it in there. Ah! No, that one's not going to do it. It's going to be this one. It's funnier with the one I have my gloves on. I don't know why. It just looks like this little thing going on. I don't know. It's funnier when it's like, just wiggling away. Especially when it's cranked out like this. I don't know why. It just cracks me up. It's the way it does. I'm not a smart guy. I never said I said I wasn't very intelligent. I said I'm just moderately. There's nothing special about me. Alright, so just stupid enough to be dangerous. Sledgehammers are pretty good distortion. I like in case it can be either like a distortion or a drive. So I mean, we might as well go over that. So you're getting close to ready to rock, okay? So the heater shut off. I think they're trying to say, like, I don't know if you should go any further. We taught you how to detune. That chorus on there. Let's go over some of the effects while we're at it then. Alright, so in a situation like this, these are set up usually based on real amps that they have out there. This one would be based on a Soldano, which, truth be told, one of my favorite amps is a Soldano. Like I said, way back to my 14th birthday when I got my first real guitar. I just got this nice ass rig. It's my first real guitar and first real amplifier. And I'm walking out the door happy with it. And as I was leaving, I hear this shreddy fucking just dope sound. It's just, I mean, this guy's a shredder. And like I said, the only thing I could explain the description of the sounds, it was laser focused. It was like that, super crystal clear. All the frequencies were perfectly represented, and it was just just clear. You know what I mean? Just fucking insanely clear. I'm like, oh, and I turned around to see what I gave myself just enough time to, because I wanted to see what it was, but I didn't want to be disillusioned with what I just got. I saw a Soldano head and Randall speaker cabinet. If he had anything else in there, like a stomp box, I didn't see it. But I was just like, oh, that is the sound. Yeah, it's more like that. Let's go over the parts of this. So you have, this would be a distortion pedal here. Oh, that's why it sounds so good. It's distortion. Because this is a distortion slash drive, overdrive pedal. This can be either or. Now usually you have either like a distortion pedal or an overdrive pedal. The distortion pedal actually, let's see, we could probably clip it a little bit there. Oh, isn't anything bad here. Here how it grits up the, you can adjust that, the treble, before it ever hits the amp. Now the other step is to switch into drive, and that's like an overdrive. It's like feeding more power. You know what I mean? So it's got like almost like a preamp before the. It's not necessarily designed to actually overdrive. I mean to distort the signal you're putting in. It's supposed to boost. Like your signal comes in with just a plain old. Let's go ahead and do that. That's what's going into your actual amplifier. So in between that and your amplifier, you put a overdrive. It drives the signal hotter. Going into the amp, like if your amp doesn't have no distortion, this will help push it a little bit hotter. try and cut out the low end so that like right around 150 or so, maybe a little bit below that. To I wanted to have some definition, but I wanted to be out of the way of the bass, and so a lot of the bass is around 100. So it gives it plenty of room to breathe if there's nothing below of the guitar below 150. It's going to sound a little bit weak until I get some mid-range and some of the bass in here trimmed about like 100 and well about 280, and then like around 1,000, 1.5 to give it a little bit more body and stuff. It'll probably sound a little bit weak until then, but that's all right. For those squeals, that should be something I do for Let's Rock. But I really abuse it, but the way I learned it was like the Hard Knocks way of learning it. So my brother was an asshole; he knew how to play it, and I was always like, that's one thing that drew me to guitar in the first place was that. That right there. Am I sloppy? Sure. Is this the right way to do it? No. Is it the wrong way to do it? I don't know. What's the wrong way? Well, maybe you're looking the wrong way. Also, if it would help anything, I could always do the lessons in mirror image. So that way my image looks like what you see. I mean, so it look like exactly, look more like what you're playing. Here, let me see if I can do it. Isn't the one that's on? Nope, that one's on. This one. Gotcha. Transform. Flip horizontal. See? You're not ready for this. Let's go back to something nice and clean. Just listen to the notes ring out, you know what I mean? Just fuck around and have fun. Just play, you know? That's what, I mean, that's the only way you're gonna learn is to play around. And they call it noodling. I call it fucking, riff fucking farming. Riff harvesting, whatever the fuck you want to call it, man. Because, I mean, okay, there was a whole thing. I was working on a lick, right? And I had this fucking thing. I was getting close to nailing it. I was like... Okay, yeah, it's cool. Okay, cool. I'd use it in like a solo, though. Okay, so yeah. Okay, I got it. Oh, come on, oh, fuck yeah. Maybe there's a better one. Okay, so which one sounds better? Should go. Should go like this. Oh fuck. These like a chorus, so we'll go D, F, no, G. Yep, and back to D. Should I go back to the thing? No, what about the chorus? Oh yeah. Alright now. I forgot, it's not time to rock yet. It's hard. Once you start rocking, you start rolling with the punches. Once you start rolling with the punches, you tend to rock. You just go right back to rocking when you get punched. And as a guy punched, you have to stop rocking. I'm getting 48, it's time to stop rocking. All that stuff. Oh, I'm not gonna quit smoking or anything. I just gotta quit rocking. My neck, it just can't take it. You know what I mean? All that fucking banging. It's a guy starts to listen to melodies where it's just nodding. You know what I mean? Just lay back. Got some aluminum foil. You don't got no fucking aluminum foil? I brought this bag of crack over to smoke with you, Dad. And then, first of the song, you didn't put anything on this, man. No, I hear you. I wouldn't be alive. So I wouldn't have to share my crack with you. Try again, old man. 'Cause you ain't got no aluminum foil. What the fuck good are you for? Huh? Answer me now. Nothing at all. 'Cause you ain't got no aluminum foil. You didn't put on the stack. It's a real big bag of crack. That's what I'm saying, my dad's eulogy. Especially start out just really small, you know. I guarantee people are going to oh shit, yeah. Aluminum foil. You ain't got no aluminum foil. Yeah. So, anyways, now this, I mean, what kind of style you gonna play? You know what I mean? That determines what kind of guitar you want to get. We've gone through the mellow. We've gone through, I think that showed Alley today. I don't know that my first one showed Alley, and then now it's showing like an electric here. Is that the kind of sound you're going for? Something between there, you know? There are other types. This has what they call, this is the two that you see here. Go with the parts like we did with the other one. So we got the body, of course. We got the body. We got the jack. The input jack. In this situation, we have a humbucker. There's a humbucker pickup, the two right there. And the single ones are called single coils. This is called a humbucker because these, if I didn't have it going through a ground, popped it there, they hum. This is a 60 cycle hum. If you know this, then why are you watching the beginner goddamn lesson? So, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to explain some shit. Okay, so this is the bridge and some saddles. These are some saddles. Just some saddles. This is the bridge and the saddles. This would be a tremolo or whammy bar. This is your pickup selector. And the humbucker single coil, it has a 5-way toggle. This is your pick guard. And this is actually covering a pretty vacant cavity underneath. This is actually pretty big, and then it's got like a wiring hole, and it's got a pretty big and then it's a wiring hole, and it's got a pretty big hole here. Sometimes it's got enough for a humbucker. Don't make any jokes about SNL. So, by the way, can we just take, I want to take a moment to thank God for the, still having a sense of humor. If you didn't notice, the world's coming to an end, and there's a possibility of a Pope Pizza Balla. That is an SNL sketch at best. You know what I mean? I can see Bobby Moynihan totally doing Pope Pizza Balla. Do you know what I mean? So God's still got a fucking, he's still making it cry. I laughed so hard. I was like, dude, you still got it. Holy shit, the world's coming to an end, and like, why even fucking care? Because this motherfucker's still cracking jokes. Pope Pizza Balla. Again, that's a SNL sketch. The Adventures of Pope Pizza. God damn it. He's badass. So anyways, let's take another look at a couple other ones. These are custom job beats of my own. Dude, I'm loving it. Okay, so look, since I switch over to the hash, not taking any opiates until I feel like I can feel it. I can feel it now. It's been so long. I don't think I took it at like 6. I noticed that at 9 o'clock. I just smoked some more like pot, some more hash oil. hash wax. Let's get on rolling. So let's see how long we can roll this motherfucker. I think a little bit longer. Okay, so we should do this. I'll show the different kinds of guitars and then I'll let you go. This is also an electric. This has what they call P90s. See that? It's kind of like between a humbucker and a single coil. It's the sound is very similar to between. Now, from what I understand, these are pretty quiet. These humbuckers are pretty quiet. There's just nothing special about them other than the fact that they are Chinese stock with the factory. This is a custom job, the yin yangs. And the neck and the instead of dots, got yin yangs. And then black. I mean, this is like the perfect body shape. It's a little bit small. Nothing that bothers me, so I don't mind it. It's got a custom little pickguard. It's just gonna bowing a little bit there, right there. That's right. Okay, so I already have this in tune for D. Pizza bottle. Got a little bit of a darker sound. It's not quite as aggressive as in the bridge. It's not as aggressive as the humbucker. And in the neck, it's more aggressive than the single coil, which is really cool because you can get like some really cool, especially switching the middle like that. You get the cleans of that. See how clean it's like. Depending on what you're going for, it's almost annoyingly clean. And then this. It's almost too overpoweringly bassy, but come on, you get it. Okay, so if you don't know, the pickup selector in the bottom selection is this pickup. In top position, that pickup. In the middle is both of them. As I've said many times, it's not probably the right way to do this. I don't care. So I don't charge anything. I don't claim to be right about any shit. There are lots and lots of videos out there how to do it the right way. This is just how I mean, just trying to do some helpful stuff. We're not ready to rock. I'm just kind of trying to figure out what you're trying to do. Where are you trying to go with this? Where are you going? What are we doing today? Huh? You playing some blues? You can do that on the acoustic. Get them pretty cheap. Get a Rogue acoustic. I got one over there. It's pretty cheap. It fucking sounds good as hell. You gonna go for some blues, some much and dirty blues? End the way you want to. That's okay. I understand you also can do some sludgy doomy kind of shit, so let's do that. One same driver can do it. mistakes. Just keep doing it until you get it right. That's the main thing. Especially when you're by yourself. No one can hear you. If they can, fuck them. You're gonna make mistakes. And if you only quit, if you always, like, you know, judge by your mistakes, you will never ever get anywhere. I mean, you're gonna continue to progress, but you'll be carrying so much shit with you. Opinions that don't fucking matter. The only thing that matters when you get done, if you're actually playing just for music, is did you have fun? Did you have fun? Yeah. That's gonna be a memory you're gonna always fucking have. The time you played the fucking gig and you bombed your ass up, but you wouldn't leave the fucking stage. You told them, fuck you. I got 4 more songs. And you stay up there. You still give it your all. Fuck it, why not? If you have a band, even if they leave the stage, just fucking stay. Because the thing about it, how could it get any worse than that from that point on? Than staying there, the people like screaming at you, just not wanting you to be there. Do you think you give a fuck from that point on what people say or whatever? You're gonna be so free after that. You're fucking. Dude, I realized, like, yeah, I don't give a shit what you have to say. Yeah, I would like my music to be appealing. I don't want, that's not gonna be my show. But as far as worrying about what the fuck you have to say about it, no, I'm not gonna worry about that anymore. Not getting rid of that, but I want to try a fuzz. I've never been able to get like a real good fuzz. I got one in Amp Locker, but I don't know if I could duplicate it. So let's see if I can do it. I'm gonna try and start from like I did with this one. Let's go to a clean channel. Why not try a double bend? Ah! I asked myself, how long ago that happened? You guys didn't say nothing to the thing. I don't want to be your teacher anymore. I don't want to be your teacher. That's it for the lessons now. I burned my brand new Goodwill used clothes. Nobody said shit. No one said, Sensei, your butthole's on fire. 'Cause it is. And now I know why. I mean, it went out. But I mean, I thought I was like really smoking on the guitar. But turns out it was just ash that fell down there. And now I've got a scar. Go home, all of you. You're dismissed.